right, guys, I'm here at the shop today, and it's just the start of 2025. This will be my first video for the year, and I thought it'd be a great time to do a shop tour. We have not done a full shop tour. Many of you have seen the shop in our different videos, but today I'm going to walk you through the entire shop. I hope you find this interesting. If you do, like and subscribe. We'll be doing a lot more shop content over the next year, and so let's get into it. Let's tell you all about Ottawa Bike and Trail. All right, so I'm gonna start outside. I had to put a hat on. It is extremely cold out here. In fact, we're expecting a snowmageddon later today, so I'm hoping to get this video done before we get snowed in. So we are in Ottawa, Kansas. One of the running jokes here is that we get a lot of calls from Ottawa, Canada. But we're in Ottawa, Kansas, right in the middle of gravel country. We are about 30 miles from Emporia, Kansas, so we have a lot of gravel roads, a lot of gravel customers, and a lot of people come here also to ride our rail trails. We are right at the intersection of the Flint Hills Trail and the Prairie Spirit Trail. So we have about 170 miles of rail trail right out our back door. And that's really the reason we are here in Ottawa, Kansas. We have a really unique historic main street here in Kansas, a lot of old buildings. In fact, our building happens to be the oldest surviving commercial building in Ottawa, Kansas. It's a three-story brick building built in 1869, and it is a super cool building. It's actually on the National Registry of Historic Places, and that's one of the things that really attracted us to this building. We wanted a unique historic building, and we wanted to be part of this really cool downtown. At some point I'll do a little video about Ottawa and tell you a little bit more about the town itself. But this building, I have pictures of it with covered wagons out in front and dirt roads. Initially, this building was a two-story building, and it's now a three-story building. I'm not sure what year they added the third story, but it's an add-on. Really unique architecture. We just recently had the building painted, which really makes it look cool. We actually had these signs made from a local company called Alexander Artworks. They're actually located in Council Grove, Kansas, on the other end of the trail, and they did a fantastic job. We're still decorated for Christmas. We just have a couple more days till we'll get that taken down. We've got the Grinch in here holding things down. We got all of our BMX bikes up front for Christmas. So we do have a lot of local kids that do ride BMX, so we love it when they come in, and we got, I'll show you when we get inside, we have some BMX stuff. But let's get inside. It's a little cold out here to stay outside too long, and I'll show you around. All right, so now that I got a little bit of coffee, let me just give you a little bit of background on the shop. So we opened our doors in October of 2018, and about a year and a half before the pandemic. So we were really just starting to get our sea legs about the time the pandemic hit, and then things just went absolutely crazy. So we've really never experienced a normal year, I guess, but we're just starting to kind of feel out what a normal year feels like. The last few years we've started to stabilize and seen sort of a steady growth, but you know, we definitely learned a lot during the pandemic years, and we're just happy that we survived it. Very tough out there for bike shops to I guess in normal circumstances, and I know a lot of bike shops have really had challenges, and we've been, I guess, pretty lucky. We've worked hard, we've learned a lot, and we just keep plowing. That's sort of our basic background. Prior to opening the bike shop, I worked in corporate IT software development for about 30 years and decided I was done with that. And the day after I left my corporate job, I had a lease on this building and met some great people here in Ottawa that encouraged me to put my shop here. I've always been a cyclist all the way back. I've got pictures of me on a BMX bike, very young age. Always been a BMX kid, grew up that way. Had a paper route, rode my bike every day to throw my paper route, and just always, the bike has always been part of my life. I really got back into it as an adult around 2015. Gravel just started to be a thing here in Kansas and became, just took off, and that got me interested. I ended up riding Unbound a couple of times, got familiar with sort of the gravel scene, really got inspired by that, and decided the last few years of my career to think about getting into the bike business. I had always wondered why there was not a bike shop here in Ottawa. It seemed to me to be a pretty good location for a shop. It is a fairly small town. I think the population's between 15,000, 17,000, something like that. So it is a small town, but it is close to a lot of big metropolitan areas. But we do try to focus on having a unique shop that people can travel to and have things here that they may not see in just a regular bike shop. We opened as an independent bike shop, meaning that we can carry any line of bike that we want. We can carry any accessories that we want. We can carry any parts that we want. And so we've sort of tried to come up with a unique set of products that make our shop different than any other shop that you're going to walk into. As opposed to some of the corporate bike shops where you sign up with a bike company and they require you to buy a certain percentage of product from their line. Limits you a lot in what you can offer. It really dictates what your shop's gonna look like, in my opinion. So we wanted to be the exact opposite of that. In fact, I worked in the corporate world for 30 years and I wasn't interested in working for somebody else. I want to work for myself. So part of the deal with this bike shop was I wanted to be in complete control of what kinds of products, what we offer, what we sell. I didn't come from the bike industry, so I've had a lot of help along the way from other people in the bike business, and that I'm really appreciative of that. All right, so I'm gonna walk you around the shop and tell you a little bit more about what's going on here. And I'll probably give you a little more background about the shop as we go. So let's flip the camera around here and take a look. All right, so here we are walking in the front door, and the first thing that's probably gonna hit you when you walk into any bike shop is the smell and the feel. You got a distinct bike shop smell. I think it's the rubber on the bikes. It always has attracted me, and I love that. So walk in the shop, but the other thing you're gonna notice is we do have a lot of bikes. We have more bikes than we are really comfortable with right now. And but the good news is we've pretty much got our complete spring inventory in the shop. We are not planning on any other orders for the spring. So what we have is what we have. So the first thing when you walk in, we do have our little information desk here, and we try to keep information about some local things going on and rides that we sponsor, things like that. We also have our little local magazine here, and hey, there's our little ad. And so right above that, we have an old map. You probably remember these from elementary school. It's one of those roll-up maps of the state of Kansas. We are in the upper sort of northwest corner of the state, close to Kansas City, kind of between Kansas City and Emporia on I-35. So let me show you a couple other features of this building. One of the things we really love are the tiled ceilings. These are probably the original ceilings, or at least very old. We also have beautiful wood floors, which I absolutely love. We do have some leaded glass, I should say, panels above the transom here, and we're hoping to get those restored and open up that section. All right, so to the right, we have our tires and tubes and some other accessories. So tubes, really try to keep a good selection, obviously. We have our tubeless setup stuff here, some lubrication. One of the things that's kind of cool, we do have some cool artwork around. This happens to be a picture of Evel Knievel jumping semi trucks at the Kansas State Fair in 1971. What's unique about that is I was actually at that event. I am from Hutchinson, Kansas, where the state fair happens, and I happened to be at that event and somebody gave me that picture. All right, to the left here of that, we have all of our tires. Tires is a big part of our business, and we focus a lot on gravel tires, obviously, with the terrain that we have here. We also have good mountain bike tires. We are a big Vittoria dealer, so we sell a lot of Vittoria tires. Also, probably our best-selling gravel tire is the Panaracer Gravel King, so we have various sizes there. And then my personal favorite are the Rene Hurst tires. I run those on most of my bikes. I try to keep a selection of those in stock. So we have some of our unique bikes up front. We've got an all-city Cosmic Stallion. This is probably going to be our last all-city. Just have one left. I have our Surly Ghostbusters bike here. We did a video on this, so check it out. This bike's actually for sale also. So one of the cool, unique bikes we have in the shop right now is this We the People Swamp Master. It's a full suspension BMX bike, super fun, kind of hard to get your hands on. I have one left, so if you want one, we've got one. All right, so let's talk about the bikes. Right now I have all of our Surlys up front. We have a huge selection. Got the low side, Midnight Special, Straggler, Bridge Club, Krampus suspension bike. Over on this stand, we've got the Jamis Renegade. This is probably our best selling all-purpose gravel bike, the Renegade. It comes in a bunch of different models, aluminum, steel, carbon. Love the Jamis Renegade. We did a video, we've done several videos actually on the Renegade, so check those out if you're interested. Got another line of Surlys here. We've got the Karate Monkey suspension, Krampus suspension, Krampus Rigid, another Krampus Rigid in the older color, Karate Monkey suspension, Karate Monkey Rigid. We have one fat bike. It's the Surly Wednesday, and it's in the Shangri-La green color. This one's been here a while. I had somebody ask me today about our fat bike experience, and we love them, but we can't seem to move them very quickly. That one's been here a while, so if you want it, we can make you a deal. Got the grappler here. Got preamble, another preamble. All right, a couple unique bikes here in the middle. We have our Ritchie Ascent custom build. Did a really good video on that one. There has been one change on this bike. We had a blue saddle on there, but somebody came in and insisted on buying it, so now we've got a tan saddle. This bike is still available for sale, so if you want it, hit us up. I have my Tanglefoot Moonshiner. That's my personal bike. Love that bike. I have a custom hardtack that we built up. I've got another Straggler, and then back in the back, a Jamis Dragon. So down the middle, I've got more gravel bikes. I'm not gonna show you every bike. I'll just kind of touch on a few of them. We are a Giant dealer, so we've got a Giant Revolt, a couple more Jamis bikes, some disc truckers, got an Ogre, Another grappler. I've got a grappler in the Subterranean Homesick Blue color. So I've got a few bomb track bikes in the shop. I'm not a huge bomb track dealer, but we do have a Hook, which I think is a really cool steel gravel bike. I've got an Arise, which is more of a touring bike. And then I have a bomb track Beyond, which is kind of a all-terrain bike. Really cool bikes. Hoping to do a little more with bomb track. Just kind of wait and see how we do this spring with them. So then I have more of our recreational bikes here. I've got some Live Roves and Giant Roams and a Jamis DXT. Couple other Momentum comfort bikes. So we do have another row of bikes across the back. I've got a bunch of Giant Revolts, some more Renegades, and then we get into a bunch of rental bikes. So we do keep quite a few rental bikes available, both drop bar gravel rental bikes as well as hybrid bikes. So they take up a lot of space, but we do quite a bit of rental business, especially when it warms up. Got a few used bikes down below. So yeah, lots of bikes. All right, so like any good bike shop, I do have a couple of our vintage bikes mounted on the wall up here. I've got my Chrome Mongoose ATB. I've got my Bianchi Axis up here. I've got my Surly Pacer, which I'm gonna do something cool with that bike, just haven't had time to do it. And then of course, my favorite, the Bridgestone XL1. I hate the fact that it's hanging on the wall, but it will be for a little bit until we clear some space out here. Got our original logo. We've since replaced that. So let's start over here, talk a little bit about some of the accessories we have. So we are big fans of the Volet straps, great selection. So if you want to strap stuff to your stuff, those are what you need. So one of the things that we have been really happy with is Sella SMP saddles, and we have a bunch of demo saddles here that people can check out, try them out, ride them for a week, see if they like them. And then if they do, we'll get the right one, we'll order it, or we have a few in stock. But probably our best selling saddle, we sell a lot of them. And then of course my personal favorite, the Brooks saddles. I keep a lot of them in stock. My favorite one's probably the B17. Got this one in brown, and then I just got a couple of the softened leather B17s in stock. Love these saddles. I have one of these on my Crust Bombora. Love the way it looks, especially after it gets a little patina on it. Got quite a few women's saddles. Been selling a lot of these Sella Italia women's saddles, also Terry saddles, love those. All right, coming up on our accessory wall, we've got winter gloves, summer gloves, pretty good glove selection. We've got our muck off stuff here. We keep a lot of muck off. I really like their tubeless valve sets that come in different colors. Those are really popular. Gives you a nice way to bling out your bike, and also really good functioning valves. So on this wall, we also have a bunch of different tools and accessories, and we do carry a lot of Lezyne products. We absolutely love their lights. I think for the money, the build quality on these lights is great. A lot of great selection. I've been super happy with them. So also, I really like their frame pumps. Like the design of them and the quality. All right, just various grips. We sell a lot of Jones bars. So we always have the Jones grips around. Bar tape, I've really been impressed with the Ritchie bar tape. Probably keep a lot more of that in stock. I just like the feel of it. So pedals, we have a lot of ISSI pedals. They recently changed all their branding to MSW. So we picked up a bunch of ISSI stuff and I've still got a bunch of them, different colors, really fun pedals. We also are a big fan of P&W pedals and grips. This P&W range pedal is a composite pedal that is about 50 bucks and comes in a lot of cool different colors, and we sell a bunch of those. They also have the loam pedal, which is a alloy version of the same pedal, and like those as well. Got some Velo Orange stuff. You know, I love Velo Orange products. We're gonna start keeping a lot more of that in the store. Over on this wall, we've got a couple of our frames that we keep around. I like the look of them up on the wall. Also, we are big fans of Silco. We carry a lot of the Silco cleaning products and lubrication, and we do a lot of chain waxings with Silco products as well. So they're chain lube. This Synergetic chain lube, in my opinion, is one of the best chain lubes out there. A little more expensive than your standard chain lube, but we sell a lot of that. All right, we call this our candy case. We keep all kinds of BMX stuff in here. We do get a lot of BMX kids in here. A lot of them come in just to dress up their bike with some new grips or pedals. Of course, we have plenty of chamois butter. And then this is our adult candy counter. We keep a lot of our bling items in here, a lot of Silca tools, some of our bike computer stuff, Garmin, a bunch of our hubs. We got a good collection of hubs at all times. And then our Thompson seat posts. I've got this blue seat post in here. It's kind of a special edition. More Velo Orange stuff, Hall components. We do also carry SimWorks tires and a couple other SimWorks things. We're gonna start stocking up on that stuff as well. Got some clampers. So we always have our stickers near the checkout counter. We've got some Flint Hills Trail and Prairie Spirit Trail designs that we had made, and also our logo stickers as well. We're gonna do a lot more sticker designs. I've been working on a few this winter. So behind our checkout counter, we have some artwork. This is a prototype of the artwork that's on our back wall. I will show you that in a minute, but an artist by the name of Zach Barnes, he's also a good friend of ours. He is incredible. He did this, what we call Gravel Queen. He did this artwork, but I was able to get the prototype and love it. But the bigger version outside is really impressive. So we do have a few skateboards around, mostly just for show. We got a few sample handlebars here. We sell a ton of the Jones bars. So if you need a set of Jones bars, hit us up. And a vintage Vittoria sign that I got from a collector friend of ours. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, also in the center, we've started working with Boyd Wheels. They started supplying stock wheels for the Jamis Renegade, the higher end models. And we became acquainted with them and started carrying a lot of their wheels. We also do a lot of Velocity wheels, but I really like the price point on the Boyd wheels, and they make a couple of really good gravel wheels, both in alloy and carbon. And then they also make a good mountain bike wheel. I'm actually out of those right now, but I've ordered more. Called the Stump House, and we used a set of those on our Ritchie, and I'm going to start using those as well, so I'll have some of those in stock, but just really good quality wheels. All right, so coming around the other side of the shop, helmets. We have carried a bunch of different types of helmets and brands over time, but we've sort of settled in on Smith. I just like the comfort and design of their helmets. A new bench that we just installed here, we took it out of the shop and put it here. We're gonna put some of our branded merchandise. So we've got a local coffee business called Maps Coffee that we love doing business with. They're friends of ours. So we keep their coffee in stock. This piece of art, I found a local artist that made that, and I bought it. I love it. I'm gonna try to get him to do some more stuff for us. bag wall. So we could do a lot of bike packing equipment here, a lot of different bags, mostly from Sodero, Roadrunner, Osprey, Ortlieb. If you need bike packing bags, we usually have it. I just started carrying Swift Industries as well. I've got a few bags that I'm trying out, and just love their stuff as well. So we'll have more of that in as the weather gets warmer. All right, so we've got our Ghost Catcher here on display from our Ghost Grappler bike. We're not actually selling the Ghost Catcher. We're gonna keep that around as a souvenir. All right, so we have all of our t-shirts. You know, we only keep the Next Level Tri-Blend shirts. That's all we do. We just love the quality of them. So we have various t-shirts, and there's a couple of our jerseys that we've designed. We're probably due for another jersey. Really like the white jersey. That was the last one we did. But we're probably due for another one. More Surly stuff. A lot of Surly racks. We just got these 8-pack racks in. They're kind of hard to find sometimes, so we ordered a bunch of them. All right, so that kind of wraps up the retail space. Real quick, let me cover the rest of the area. So this is our community space. And we have a nice table in here. We have a coffee maker. We used to do waffle rides. So we would every Saturday morning make waffles for everybody before our group ride, but we kind of, I think, wore people out on that. We might bring that back for a couple of rides in the spring and see how it goes, but we won't do it every week. It's a lot of work, and people get tired of the same thing every week. So back here we have our TV. We're constantly playing some sort of bike content on our big TV. And then of course our vintage stereo setup and our record collection. So people like to come and flip through our records. I will say I love the vintage audio gear. However, it is a little hard to keep running sometimes. Right now we have a little Kenwood in here, but I've got a Marantz that is being serviced. I'm hoping to have that in here soon, and a little Pioneer turntable. Speaking of audio gear, we have a massive set of Klipsch La Scala speakers that are boomers. Just love these things. So we just need a little more power to make them sound right. So one of the challenges for us is keeping all of the repair bikes in the store. We just don't have a lot of spare space at the moment. So we do park some of them here, and then that's our shop. And then we do park bikes in the hallway. We have a hanging rack that runs down the side. We're actually in the process of renovating the shop, so I'm not gonna show you too much of the shop at the moment, but when we start going through the renovation, I'll do some videos on that. So one of the things that we're really proud of is this bicycle sign up here. You see it in a lot of our videos. This sign actually came from a bike shop called Harley's in Hutchinson, Kansas, where I grew up. And we, as kids, bought all of our bikes at Harley's, and we spent way too much time at that bike shop growing up. I think they got tired of us being around. But this is a handmade bicycle sign that was hanging above the front entrance of that shop forever, and at some point they threw it out, and one of my brothers was paying attention and he snagged it and eventually gifted it to me when we opened the bike shop. So that hangs over our repair shop. All right, so we'll walk you down the hall. We actually are renovating, and we got rid of this workbench out of the repair shop, so it's for sale right now. We got to get it out of here. And then, yeah, this is our repair area. We got a lot more space than we used to, but it's under construction. So I am definitely not gonna go through that until we get it cleaned up a little bit. And so I'm gonna walk you down the hall and out the back door and show you our mural. So this is our, you've probably seen it if you watched any of our videos, but this is our Zach Barnes original mural that we commissioned for the back of the shop, and we call it Gravel Queen, and it's absolutely beautiful. Check out Zach Barnes Artist on Instagram if you want to see more of his work. All right, so that gives you an idea of what we have going on here at Ottawa Bike and Trail. You did probably see a few e-bikes in those shots, but we have a separate e-bike store that's just down the street, about half a block away, and we opened that up last summer in, I think it was July, and we keep all of our e-bike inventory there, and we ask people to make appointments if they're interested in an e-bike, and we'll go down and show them all the e-bikes that we have. We will do some e-bike content coming up and talk to you a little bit about our e-bike program, explain what our approach is there, why we do it, and you know, it's been a big part of our business, no doubt, and we felt it was appropriate to separate it from our regular bike business, and so far it's worked out pretty well. So I'll talk about that in future videos, but I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of our bike shop, and I'd love to have you come visit in person if you can. And last thing, like I say, this is an ever-evolving project, and we like to make changes, improvements. We want to add more artwork. We want to renovate our stereo system, and we keep doing cool things here, and we love to share it with you. So we'll keep making bike shop content if this is something you're interested. So let us know below. Did you enjoy the tour? Do you want to see more? Do you want to see more bike shop content? Do you want to get our thoughts on the bike industry and our experience as a bike shop owner? Let us know. But that's it for now. We'll talk to you in the next video.